It's called a promo,
Shut
kid.
your
And
mouth,
if you want to
John.
be the big dog, you're going to have to learn how to do it. So go ahead.
You ready? No! I said, are you ready?
That was good. Glad you finally decided to pull that giant stick out of your butt and have some fun for once in your life.
You're uneducated marks! You sit there on your phones tweeting out your opinions like they're worth a damn. Let me explain something to you people. You don't know shit!
And I'd like to think that maybe this company will be better after Vince McMahon's death.
This is probably my favorite episode recording. And can't say it's my favorite episode because we're only 50 seconds in. I can't say that's my favorite episode. It's my favorite episode recording because we're recording on the night of 3/16. It's my favorite holiday. I got a Stone Cold DVD in on the background today.
Give me a hell yeah!
Dylan's got a Stone Cold belt somewhere around the vicinity.
No.
You should have brought it. It's the 3/16 episode. Now you guys won't hear this till Monday, 3/18, of course. Happy 3/18 to you, but over here in this time, in this realm, it's 3/16. We're recording an episode, and while I'm on that note, we're diving straight into the women's match because we got some special shit going on today. It's 3/16.
It's special.
We'll load this baby up. So Becky Lynch, remember, is our number one contender for the women's title. Again, can never seem to remember what the stipulations are for these matches, but they're wrestling in 3, 2, 1, wrestling. I did it.
What?
Sometimes I forget that
What?
I have to cue myself in.
What?
Perfect. So go ahead and jump in a little bit of extra here. A little bit extra. And you can read about it or you can just listen to us right now.
Yeah.
Also in the Joshi Arena.
Let's go.
Muhammad Ali announced for Hall of Fame, though I already thought he was in it, but hey, cool.
Apparently not.
Cool. Thunderbolt Patterson also announced this week. I got to do a bit of a deeper look into some of his history because I wasn't that familiar.
What came about with that too was also them basically confirming that Vince McMahon had this thing where it was like, yeah, I have to have an African American, you have to have a woman.
Yeah.
And that's weirdly cool of him, I think.
It's one of those things where it's like you look at it as like, well, that's good to be inclusive, but then you turn the table even or turn the dial even further up, and it's like, well, why do you have to focus on anything? Why can't you just give every single person of every divisional group equal opportunity?
Yeah, and it's also the underlying business part of it. Obviously from a business standpoint, that's also good. So there is a little bit underlying greed in there.
Yeah. A friend of mine, a loose friend of mine, just somebody I've met on the internet. It's like, be careful with people you meet on the internet, guys. But same time, this guy is a cool guy. He talked to Thunderbolt Patterson the week of on the phone. Wow. And also, I'll just say, between you and me, even if he's listening, I don't give a fuck. I'm a real guy. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but he just was filming his toaster while on this phone call. I kid you not. Should I pull it up? Can I pull it up?
You can pull it up.
It's 2.5 minutes. It's 2.5 minutes of our time. It's really fun.
We got time.
Yeah, we just gotta let Rhea Ripley do her entrance. Takes about 2 minutes. Let's see if it's in this history. I'd be on different accounts. View all that history, baby. Nope. We'll get to it. Back in my day,
we had better belts.
Dude, I was playing 2K24 this past weekend as well. This past Thursday, really. This past weekend, I was just doing a bunch of shit. But I played through the WrestleMania Showcase, and it was fairly good with the consideration that this is the 4th time running that storyline in a WWE game.
Yeah.
Here's the frustrating part. Spoiler alert. Although I know you don't care about spoilers, but spoiler alert for those of you who haven't played through the WrestleMania Showcase. I'm about to talk about the ending. I aced it all the way and made it to the WrestleMania Rumble and made it from entry 1 to the very end just to get eliminated by Triple H at the end. I outlasted everybody until that last one. Yeah. Still, I was fucked up about that. I went back the next day and finished it, though.
Well, yeah, but
it didn't even take. It took me one more try. I said, I'm doing it.
One more take. Another one.
Can you guess who I played as?
Bray Wyatt.
You are actually correct. Wow, that was a really great... I played as the Fiend. That is really
That makes
awesome that
sense.
you just guessed that.
I had to think about it. I was like, who would... I would have played Steamboat was the choice, right?
Yeah, he was
I
a
would've-
choice, and
I
he
would've
was in
played
my... I had like a whole voting system of brackets to pick who I was going to be in the Rumble, and it came down between... Shout out 316 Day. It came down between 01 Stone Cold, who I've played as the most in this game, and the Fiend, Bray Wyatt.
That's fair.
Dude, it was so fucking fun.
I'm at Bret Hart versus... I just finished Hart versus Piper, I believe.
See, that's where I feel like it should start, and that's really biased and unfair of me.
It is a little bit. Just because, like, Steamboat and all these people haven't been in a game for so long.
Yeah.
That was kind of like the big thing.
Oh, it's a steel cage match, by the way, everybody.
That's
Women's
cool.
match is a steel cage match. Good for us.
All right, what we got here?
I'm gonna play this on the side of the video version. Okay, it's a sketchy phone call. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. It's the wrong thing, guys. It's okay. We're fine.
Oh no.
It's okay. We almost played the wrong thing though.
We're gonna get...
I did that.
Hey, Thunderbolt.
Yes, sir.
It's me.
This is from
Thunderbolt
Certified
Practice
Wrestling
Battle Match.
Podcast on
Dude,
YouTube.
I am so glad you're letting me talk to you. So I was just telling you about how the WWE is trying to act like they weren't racist for all these years by
Oh my
putting
God.
all these black guys as champions now. And then you were saying something. Go ahead. I want my kid to listen to this.
Okay, do listen to this. Slide a little closer. You can't hardly hear. Oh, Becky's trying to
Man, you
find.
got to understand, man. It's all gonna come out in my movie, film, book.
Movie, film, book.
Oh no, I understand that. But like,
I really
How
don't
old
too
is
much.
he? I don't
no,
think
you
he
don't
should be on the
talk
phone
too
right
much.
now.
He's pretty old.
That area that you in is oh man.
St. Louis.
I mean
St. Louis.
St. Louis. I've never been there, man.
I never
It
been there,
was
man.
the home of the NWA.
This is random.
I love that he was cracking open a cold one.
Can you make any sense out of that?
The video.
Out of St. Louis? It's the most segregated city still left in America.
I don't know,
Missouri was the last state to abolish slavery. If you go to
Pause for the cause for a moment. I'm only pausing this for one moment while Rhea Ripley does her power bomb. The funny thing about this, and I'm gonna let you know now, it's going nowhere, but it's entertainment for us. It's entertainment for you.
Delmar, same zip code, on one side of the street is three of the most dangerous neighborhoods in America for crime, and in the same alley you have multi-million-dollar mansions. That's where you saw that
hilarious.
Mark McCloskey, that lawyer with the gun, and the mansion at the
Rhea.
protesters. That's the street I'm talking about.
Well, they're right there.
Right there.
You know, that's
It-
the stronghold.
You never been to St. Louis, and you wrestled in the era where St. Louis was a hotbed?
I started in Kansas City, Missouri, man.
Oh, baby, and you never been to St. Louis.
And I mean,
Dude, Becky's got her in the disarmer. We might have a new champion before this phone call ends.
Yeah.
Oh no, she broke it.
I started wrestling in 1965.
Wow.
This is a Hall of Fame inductee, everybody. But I'm not here to make fun of him at all, in no sense of the word. I just thought that phone call was random and funny
It was-
of a find today.
Oh, I get the point. I get the sentiment, but like, there's better ways to prove your point.
Dude. A little IWCT here. Something I just want to throw in there. One of my favorite accounts blocked another one of my favorites. My top two, in fact. And I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? Doesn't really have to be nothing. I don't need to say any names. I just thought that it was really funny. This is like two of my favorite accounts.
Why do we gotta be beefing on the timeline, guys?
Dude, especially like two of the most positive accounts, because you know me, like I only fuck
Yeah.
with people that are really cool. So for one to block the other, I won't say any names yet. Miro and CJ Perry split up, and this news extends into our world because there's talks that Rusev / Miro has moved back to Bulgaria, and there are no foreseen plans to wrestle for him at this moment.
I think now's not a good time for him anyways. So, I mean,
Difference in opinion all around, Miro, as always. I say Rusev Day ended a long time ago.
It did. I mean, I liked a little bit of his stuff that he had in AEW. It's just he never had direction.
Do you watch Total Divas?
I did not watch Total Divas.
I mean, I binged it. It was my guilty pleasure show for sure. But he's always came across as a bit of a misogynistic asshole in real life.
He kind of seems like that kind of thing.
Dude, if he's anything like what he's actually like in Total Divas, yeah, he's a bit of a prick.
Can I say one thing? I don't know if you have it in the notes, but
go for anything.
Josh Barnett's Bloodsport, Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, that's big. I don't have it in the notes.
It came out that basically Josh Barnett contacted Triple H and was like, "Hey, can we use Shayna Baszler?" And Triple H was like, "Yes, sir."
Oh, is she calling for the door?
You can use Shayna Baszler. So I mean, that's cool. That's cool as hell.
It's a new era. I mean, that's unheard of, but that shows you we're in that new era.
Yeah, like just the AGPW stuff before with Dempsey and now this. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Did you see Rhea Ripley is being dominant? I mean, it's actually a good match for sure. Becky's almost won a couple times, but she was about to just walk out the door.
She was
about to just walk out the door. So, I know this bothers you. It bothers me too. I've heard like 3 people use the phrase "the final boss," and not once have I seen Meiko Satomura. So.
All right, listen up, Rocky. I need to cut something on you here right now. Listen up, Dwayne.
While Rhea climbs the cage, you listen up.
Listen, Dwayne. Look, I get you call yourself the final boss. You're not a final boss. You're not even a mid boss. You're a tutorial boss. I call you the stepping stone. Now listen, the only final boss I acknowledge is Meiko Satomura, who could probably wrestle circles around you in your prime.
Oh.
In fact, I think Pharaoh could probably wrestle circles around you right now. When I talk so much shit about Pharaoh. That's what I think of you, Dwayne.
Oof. Ouch.
Yeah.
Had a bit of a battle on top of the cage, and it's still going on. But wow, I felt that. I mean, let's that'll be through the table one day. Should Meiko Satomura out wrestle The Rock? Yes.
She out wrestled Takeshita.
It's really funny.
Like 4 or 5 years ago. So
I'm proud that you held that promo and didn't lay off the gas. You didn't lose your point. You didn't get power bombed off the cage.
Damn.
So this match is probably gonna finish soon. Maybe it won't. These women are going at it, but we're going to go ahead and dive into Raw because we're going to do a lot of shit today. So, open Raw with Drew and Seth mincing hot words again. Drew telling Seth he was right but can't take his own advice. Exactly. Rollins calls McIntyre a hypocrite who reminds him of CM Punk. That burns a fire, always. Drew accidentally says poop towards the end, and I replayed it like 6 times. Even he laughed and broke character a little bit. Oh, she's calling for the door again. What a bad motherfucker. Random question. Remember when we all thought Drew was going to be the new leader of the Judgment Day?
I didn't think he was going to be the new leader, but I thought he was going to join.
A lot of people thought, oh, he's the new leader. Damn, she stopped her from leaving the door.
I feel like they're always teasing new people for the Judgment Day, and then, like, it never happens.
Shout out to the random pause point. That definitely was in the video version. You guys are watching. Random pause point got caught in here. Go. It is what it is. The Man's Road to WrestleMania side quest clashes and runs through Liv Morgan's how'd you say it? Revenge tour?
Yeah.
The Revenge tour. She just retained the Wrestling in the Middle World title, that Rhea. Against the man Becky Lynch.
It's a good match.
Is this the foreseeable future for Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley?
Ooh.
Rhea Ripley comes out after the match, and Liv has some stuff to tell her in passing. Stuff that has formed my new prediction of Rhea Ripley retaining as expected, but now adding Liv Morgan winning Money in the Bank again to the equation.
I don't know how to feel
back
about
to back.
that. I've said it before. I do think Liv has that story. Like, I've seen there's a lot of, it's been pretty divisive, right?
Yes.
Like whether Liv even deserves it at this point.
Divisive is a good word to say. And after this all, though, how much momentum is behind her, that's what I could see happening. It's very, was CM Punk the only person to win Money in the Bank back to back? There's not many people who have done it. I think he's the only one. Becky says something at the end of this that she also said in the go-home speech in SmackDown. I could play that clip, but instead I'm going to play Jey Uso versus Swerve Strickland because I'd have to dig through the clip. And
that's a lot of work.
You guys are going to see it when I do the Live in the Arena episode, so hold your horses. All right, let's count this down. 1, 2, 3, Swerve. Okay, I did turn the sound off. I'm prepared this week, damn. I've just been in a good mood all day. 316 is really my favorite holiday.
Seems like you're perked up.
Like 6 years ago to the date, of course. My pinned video on my Twitter.
Yep.
I took it. It was me. Fun fact: it actually wasn't beer. It was at the time. We just bought some, and I went to.
It's just as bad for you.
Yeah, even worse. It's actually the worst energy drink for you. And you guys don't know what we're talking about because that is blurted out. That brand name just got blurted out. But at the same time, you could probably guess at that point. Just like you could guess that Jey Uso's a IWGP.
Would you have to blur that if you would have said the initials?
No.
RB, guys. That's what he said.
RB all day.
You know what I'm talking about. Day
Day one-ish. He's a IWGP Tag Team Champion.
Wow. With who?
Is it Cody Rhodes? Is it Jimmy Uso? You guys can vote in the poll. I'm kidding. It's the Usos. I made the Usos my IWGP Tag Team champions.
I need to start putting titles on people in 2K24.
Yeah. As you can see in my pinned video on Twitter, this is my favorite holiday. So, major announcement about the real life tag titles that doesn't involve them splitting the belts up again.
Everyone thought, and I did too, that they were splitting it, and then they were like, no, we're just going to have a... Which, in my opinion, it's not as good, but it's still a pretty good announcement.
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't involve them splitting the belts up, but instead just having a six-pack ladder match for the same ones. Okay.
I mean...
Why can't we just... Okay, this is revolutionary, and this is why we need to be doing shit like this in 2024, because we got to think of new ideas. Why don't we have the same ladder match with all 4 titles hanging, but have it to where you can have 2 separate winners, one for the SmackDown, one for the Raw? That would be crazy.
See, I think that's what they're going to do.
No way.
I could have sworn they said all titles will be up there, but I don't know. I don't really remember.
If that is the finish, like the New Catch Republic gets the SmackDown ones, and then...
DIY.
Thank you. See, this is why I hired you. Because you don't say bad stuff.
I don't say bad. Look.
And you like Swerve as our champion, right?
I do.
Thank God. I'd have to fire you.
You know what? I'm not going to tell you who else I think should win the tag titles, but you know, and you're probably going to get pissed off like everyone else. But they deserve one more moment before they retire. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, it's pretty deadly. I'm watching them.
Yes, boy.
Amen. Candice LeRae starting her heel turn, and I hope it turns into a solo run.
She went from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Like, literally dead brother and all. What the fuck?
Okay, Wrestling in the Middle World title match taking place at LAW. That's pretty sick. Cody Rhodes' interview got me fucking emotional on Raw. That shit had me Cody crybabying. Kabuki Warriors retained, and it's only news because it's a title match and nothing breaking or huge, but I just like title matches.
I feel like they're starting to build those belts back up, having these good matches with different...
I feel like they're going to have those titles for a long time. I said it last week.
As long as they keep defending them, unlike Io, who...
I love
can't remember
Io.
the last time she defended her title.
I can't either, but she's not defending it this week. Never mind. I was going to say she's defending it against Naomi, but she's not. She's just wrestling Naomi, and we're just glad Naomi's in a main event match.
That's fair.
Or they'll put it in the mid-card, and we'll be pissed.
They're going to put it in the mid-card.
Yeah. Andrade, potentially new member of the Judgment Day. We'll talk about it more this week, but I think it only adds more intrigue to the big looming question, is Finn Balor headed out the door soon?
Is he?
We found out he hasn't re-signed, and he's been teasing and sharing memories from New Japan on social media, maybe like testing the waters. Interesting topic to think about. He said in a recent interview he misses working with the Bucks, and Kenny would love to do something like that again. He has not re-signed yet, so
I mean, I guess
everything is up for speculation.
Yeah, I hate to be like that person, but he's not like an integral part of anything. Like, you could put anyone else in his role right now, and I think it would work just as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's not to say he's not an amazing talent and doesn't deserve his spot, but just for the WWE's sake, it's not that big of a deal.
Oh, beautiful move. Beautiful move. They show a photo of Rhea Ripley at the UFC event with Buddy Matthews, and of course don't display his name, but Pat makes the comment with who? In the spirit of kayfabe, and also I think we're taking the small light jabs here, but there's little weight to that accusation. So it feels like they're taking like little small jabs with stuff like that, but at the same time there's like very little weight to it.
Yeah, they've been making more of a habit as usual now, just mentioning CMLL, mentioning all these different promotions.
Yeah.
Like, so
Again, it's a new era, so like it is interesting when these kind of things pop up, because it's like, are we seeing like the waters being tested, as I said, for certain partnerships, certain. Again, the Shayna Baszler thing is huge, and I'm sorry I didn't add that in my notes, guys. That's why I hired someone who can put it in their notes when I don't, because that's huge.
I didn't have it in my notes, but I figured when I looked at his notes, I was like, he actually missed it.
Yeah,
It's my chance
he
to
didn't
shine.
see it in the extras, just like Swerve didn't see that barricade, just like Jay didn't see that barricade.
Neither one did. Blue Thunderbomb, let's go.
Yeah, it's a beautiful Blue Thunder Bomb, and this is a hell of a match I remember playing. So, the big gauntlet energy was indeed brought to Raw, and
It was.
in the IC title #1 contender gauntlet, it comes down to the two people who need the win most in a high drama match, and Sami Zayn gets the job done. A lot of people believe Chad Gable was the main storyline in this, and the
Everyone
man who
did.
needed it best. Despite the criticism, I'm really interested to see how it plays out, and where they go with Chad Gable. Not even just because like Sami Zayn's won, right? I like that. That's cool. He's got a position. It's not the one I wanted. It's what he's got. Where does Chad Gable go?
See, that's
Boom.
There's a bunch of different stories here, like you said. Chad Gable's one. Like, does he have WrestleMania plans?
Nope.
I feel like that's Andre the Giant.
See, I was gonna say the same thing, and I hate that that's
that
our like
idea.
go-to consolation prize.
Yeah.
I hate that became a
But
consolation prize.
I think a lot of people have mentioned, a lot of people don't think Gunther's losing that title.
Really?
So it wouldn't even matter.
It's the IC title picture is literally one I see 50-50 every time.
Yeah.
Set up that table, and then let's talk about the first of many tag tournament notes to have, because there's 3 different tag tournaments going on.
Everyone loves a tag tournament, apparently.
I knew, and this is going ahead of time already, but it won't really get covered that in depth anyway over there. I knew LWO wasn't gonna advance in the SmackDown tournament side of things because they advanced in the tag tournament over on NXT. So
I'll be honest, I didn't think they were going to advance in the NXT one.
really interesting.
I didn't. I thought OTM, because, I mean, they've been trying to build OTM a
Yeah,
little bit.
OTM has gotten some momentum. Even I said at one point, like, I wanted them to win.
Yeah, so seeing them go out in the first round, I was like, ooh, well, okay.
You put him down. There you go. Good reversal.
But, I mean, Joaquin putting on the best work of his career.
Yeah.
Cruz is getting up there, too. Like, they're both really doing good stuff right now.
Sorry I got quiet for a second. I was watching Arn Anderson stomp a mud hole in Steve Austin.
Let's go.
How sacrilegious. Roxanne Perez cuts a promo that... Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry to cut myself short. Dylan's about to get mad at me, guys, so I had to stop myself. Let him know he's not going to enjoy my comments.
I'm scared.
Reminds me why she hasn't advanced up to the main roster yet. Majorly overstar that I've been preaching for that big push to come, but that role change promo, in terms of GMO terms, that role change promo really turned me off to it. And not in the sense of like, I think she's dull, I think she's boring. I think also feuding with Lyra will help, but aside from it all, I realize as far as like getting out there and getting on the mic and making the point get across, I see why she hasn't been given that push that up to this point I've been like, she deserves.
I think a lot of people have a lot of problems with a lot of women in NXT on that point. Like, even if they have a good character or if they have a unique character, they just, something about them makes them quote unquote boring, or when it's hard to get that point across. And I think I get what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Also, again, I think this feud with Lyra is going to help a lot.
I hope so, but at the same time, Lyra is another person they have the same criticism for.
Yeah.
She's boring, she's stale. And she just barely kind of had that title. Like, I think I've seen more people excited for Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I'll give you a controversial opinion here in a second. I'm going to stop the tape. We got a flaming table spot. We stopped for those.
Let's go.
Beautiful flaming table spot.
Let's go.
Might as well end the match there. Also, while the tape is stopped, appreciating this gem that I'm watching on my TV screen, aside from this ADD attention span right now, watching Ric Flair and Arn Anderson wrestle Steve Austin and Brian Pillman, fucking dude, Lexus King is on the screen right now. They've never looked more like than this moment right now.
You were correct.
Oh shit, Jimmy Uso's coming out to interrupt our Wrestling in the Middle World title match. What kind of shit is going on here?
Wow.
Dude, so much high octane energy coming in for the 316 episode. I need a hell yeah from the crowd.
Hell yeah!
Dragunov, back to NXT real quick while we get the win here with the JML driver. I know that confuses you sometimes, but
Shut up.
Dragunov crashes the family dinner and lets the Don know who runs NXT actually, and then gets put in the trunk of a Hyundai, brought to a bridge and confronted, and it was a very dramatic play, but I enjoyed it myself.
I really liked it. I know
It's like cheesy, but I like it.
cheesy, but yeah, it's
It's like the grilled cheese you want to eat.
something that I think NXT has been missing a little bit.
So both of our champions have retained, as
Let's
we
go.
can see here. It's a beautiful day. It's not the end of our video game content today. That's what's beautiful about this. This is the first glimpse we're going to get here at Wrestling in the Middle on our video version of our show of playing WWE 2K24. And we're just going to get a little baby taste here. Thanks to 316 Day, I'm going to show you this random ass belt I made last night at like 2, 3 in the morning. Having Stone Cold fever, and then I'm going to show you a couple Stone Cold matches I played with it while we continue on with our episode. But
Let's go.
before I get to any of that, before we dive into the second portion of the video game content today, I not only need to, but I want to give a special promotional shout out to a good friend of mine and a Wrestle Squad member, a special sponsor of today's episode, Mad Mike Jones, aka Mad Mike 54, as you can find him on Twitch and YouTube streaming games such as Tekken 8, Mortal Kombat 1, and to be honest, every generation of Mortal Kombat he can kick your ass in. I can vouch myself, he is Mortal Kombat Mike Jones. Man lives and breathes Mortal Kombat. A really dope guy, entertaining streamer. I sometimes hang out in his Twitch streams myself, so you can catch me there. Again, Mad Mike 54 on Twitch and YouTube, or find him on Instagram, Twitter/X at MikeJones_Mad. Love that guy.
Get over here.
Awesome guy. So we're gonna look at this championship real quick. It's a nice looking one. Snake skin on the front. The texture is crocodile, but it's a snake skin. It gets a little extra rough looking. Beauty. It's a beauty. Chef's kiss.
That is so beautiful. It's beautiful.
Dude. While we're looking at that belt, before we get into the match too, Obafemi plays with Brooke Jensen whilst defending his North American title.
I liked it because I see this in Brooks Jensen now. This sort of fire that he can bring out.
And get put out.
To be fair, the old Brooks Jensen would have just been out in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
He kicked out a couple times. Like he's getting there. But
Dude.
for me, the real story of that.
I have a note on that too. Here, we're gonna start out. You see it now, the triple threat Stone Cold match here. 3, 2, 1. Hell yeah!
Give me a hell yeah!
It's literally it's all three versions of Stone Cold. I mean, every Stone Cold gets a chance, but start planting seeds with Dijak and Josh Briggs, and this is feeding my theory that Obafemi is going to have a long, dominant reign with that title. Could see him down the line being the longest reigning, and that the company may push him that way. And honestly, like, I know it's a wild stretch given all the people that have held that title, but I could see that push.
I also feel like one thing you could do with that is make that long reign, and then who comes back to take it but Wesley.
Yeah, again,
once he's healed up and everything, like,
and that's a major win for Wesley to come in and beat Obafemi, who's like dominated the whole division.
I wasn't seeing it before, but when you said that and the recent news, like, they showed there was a clip of him getting in the ring for the first time in a while, just walking into a ring, not doing any.
2001 Austin's my world heavyweight champion.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. So I said I had a controversial opinion. It's not even controversial. It's just one that you don't hear a lot of people say. But she's my next note, so I'm going to go ahead and say it now. One girl who I think actually gets it just off the rip, Ariana Grace.
I don't disagree with that.
She just gets it.
She does.
She wins against bootleg Becky Lynch, and I know I'm not supposed to keep calling her that, but it's still funny to me. She wins via disqualification because a low blow, it has questionable humor to it. It really does. It's like, does it count? It does. It's a low blow. Yeah.
I've said that, like, she can wrestle, but her character is spot on. Like, you could tell her father is Santino Marella.
Yeah, she just gets it. She just gets it. Fallon Henley comes to the aid of Thea Hale as originally expected, though the idea of Kalani Jordan stepping in excited me more than Thea Hale.
Fallon Henley.
Yeah, sorry. I get stone cold fever.
I
man,
like
I'm sorry.
Kalani a lot too. You know, obviously RVD fan. I'm an RVD fan. It works out. But I see the same thing I see in Jensen. I see in Fallon. Like when they split them apart, that group, I saw each of these could have a decent little run with a little bit of work, and we'll see.
The Hale screams a bunch at JC Jane and then runs around in circles.
It's basically just a reset,
Yeah, hit the reset button. I love Jort's Stone Cold.
Let's go.
So, Trick Williams speaks his piece and gets joined by Noam Dar and Metaphor. Noam is getting a match with Trick, and Trick is matching up with Lash Legend.
Fun fact, it turns out they're together in real life.
This is news to me.
Yeah, and that's cool. I'm glad it's that and not just, we're just going to have someone randomly kiss on screen because we want to.
I mean, they could do that still.
They could, but,
But they didn't, is what you're saying.
Yeah, there's with everything going on with Vince and everything, it's not a good look, I feel.
Okay. And they're about to get into their triple threat for the Stone Cold World Championship. They didn't let me name it that, so the announcer announces it as I can't remember, the Ultra Violent World Championship. Yeah. And you guys won't hear the sound on this. I'm sorry, I can't do that and do this show at the same time, but just a little fun note here. The sound on this is hilarious because of them making the same Stone Cold comments 3 separate times. The whole thing is just Stone Colds beating Stone Colds and Corey Graves calling it on the money. So enjoy the triple threat. Open Dynamite, hot as fuck, with an electric crowd for Mercedes Moné, who got the pop we knew was going to happen. Felt good, though. Feels right.
C-E-O.
Yeah, it feels good. Feels right.
C-E-O. I'm not going to stop.
I mean, the new Dynamite commercials they show on TNT are fucking dope.
The fact that they played it right after she debuted and, she was in it, I was like, damn, they were ready. They were ready.
They were ready. Just like Stone Cold was ready for Stone Cold was ready for Stone Cold. Dude, it's even funnier watching the two Stone Colds in wrestling gear fight one Stone Cold in jorts. Oh, man. First match on Dynamite is the world title match, and that felt weird to me. I mean, it's always a weird thing to me personally. Samoa Joe chokes out Wardlow. Not the finish I was expecting. We get the Wrestling in the Middle World Champion Swerve Strickland coming out with the chain he choked Hangman out with.
Let's go.
Just thank you, Tony, for continuing to push him. I'm trusting you in a time where you've abused my trust, and you're delivering. So you're proving me wrong, and I need you to continue to do that. We see the new Elite wrestle a more formidable team that includes the returning Pac with Penta and Eddie Kingston. I think Excalibur said it best. It felt like an all-star game watching this match.
It did a little bit, yeah.
Were you laughing because you saw the trash can get thrown earlier?
Yes.
I love throwing weapons in 2K24. And again,
it's so good.
It's seemingly starting to become a lot easier for us to transition our gaming content over to this game. A lot of cool shit's being made, so that's awesome. And this is a nice little first glimpse. Again, the more they continue to improve the 2K games, the more you can say every year, oh, this is the best wrestling video game.
Yeah, and it's like I was telling him in the car, this is starting to feel the way they did a few things in this game feels like Fight Forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, but it just feels so...
Where are you running, Steve? Steve started booking it. I love the WrestleMania 31.
Oh, that is so good.
I loved unlocking all the WrestleMania. I mean, that was because I got the WrestleMania edition. I had all the unlockables unlocked already, but I played through it for the arenas. Those arenas meant everything to me. 17, 20, knowing I had WrestleMania 20, WrestleMania 10. Dude, WrestleMania so 31's underrated.
Yeah, I really liked it. Like the red and everything. It pops.
Poppin'. Hey.
Speaking of pop, you popping him beside his head.
I know. Man, Thez pressed a bunch of fists. I thought he was about to do the same thing. That would have been hilarious. So Will Ospreay comes out and hypes us up even more for this amazing dream match happening at AEW Dynasty. Darby Allin, I think it's safe to say, has replaced his skateboard with Sting's bat officially, and
I think so.
I'm sorry, Darbs.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm sorry,
believe.
Darbs.
Part of me, and I think a lot of people said this. There was some divine intervention here. Like,
I thought it was a work, man. So let's talk about what happened first, and then we'll talk about the result of it. Has a wild match with Jay White that makes me question the timing in which he wants to climb the tallest mountain in the world. The last spot he did made me gasp. But that's not happening anymore, apparently. So, side story here. Also, Jay White needed a big singles win, and this was that. A lot of people complained. This was that.
People complained?
I mean, people have been complaining for months about Jay White's position.
Well, I get that.
He's going to break it. He didn't break it up. Okay, so
I agree with them because
Stone Cold 2001 is the Stone Cold World Champion right now.
Like, genuinely, just like I think the whole story between the Bang Bang Scissor Gang was pointless in my opinion. The whole thing was pointless.
It was just merchandise sales, and it worked. I mean, it worked. They sold a lot of merch. Wasn't expecting them to jump Darby after the match. Even less was expecting them to also jump the Acclaimed, who came to Darby's aid. I had the note about that as well. Normally, I don't know how much of that you had just spoiled, but
but normally with AEW, it's normally a slower burn, right?
Yeah, this was normally
snap. Okay,
yeah. I think Bullet Club Gold is going after more gold with the trios titles.
I mean, that makes sense. Though at the moment, the trios titles don't even feel like gold; they just feel like they're kind of there.
So as you saw, Stone Cold 01 won the Stone Cold World Championship via a table spot. Here's the problem with that happening on 316 Day. If you don't have a Stone Cold Stunner in the match, it didn't count. So now we're going to run a singles match between Stone Cold 01 and the one who did not get pinned, Jorts, Stone Cold. 3, 2, 1, Jorts. We got that one going at WrestleMania 20.
Let's go.
Despite not loving random tag teams, love the name Lion Hook.
Hook's tag team names were always on spot.
And I love Roddy and Kyle's friendship, but
I do.
Kyle is going to the Kingdom.
I kind of don't want him to, but I was also the one guy who was actually enjoying his face run in NXT. So I guess that's a weird opinion.
Yeah.
But
I mean, wait till you hear the Collision note about this guy, though.
Oh, no.
He said, oh, no. I don't know why he has a vendetta against Kyle O'Reilly, but we here love Kyle O'Reilly on this side of the fence.
I love Kyle O'Reilly. What do you mean?
You said, oh, no. Like there was a bad connotation to Kyle O'Reilly putting on a banger on Collision.
Oh. I thought you were going to say something bad about wanting him to go solo.
No. I want him to do whatever makes him happy and healthy.
That's fair.
Rio and Willow is going to be the main event, which makes you think something big is happening after the match. Rehillo. I like that. Match itself is good as fuck. Willow gets the win.
I wouldn't exactly know that. Here's my second promo of the day.
Uh-oh.
A certain 4-letter streaming service with a green... Get your shit together so I can watch my main event in peace, okay? And not have to sit there and watch glitches and a sandwich across my screen.
Well, I'm sorry you had to watch a sandwich. I watched Willow get jumped by Sky Blue and Julia Hart, and then Mercedes Moné comes to her aid. My question is, why did Chris Statlander not come and help her?
Chris's heel turn.
You would think it has happened. It hasn't happened yet. I thought we were getting there.
I think we're getting there eventually.
Yeah. So, by that logic, and by my logic, we haven't gotten there. Why didn't she come save her? She hates her. And this, I get it. This is part of that heel turn, but I don't like it. I don't like the way it's done.
That's fair.
We open and close the show with Mercedes Moné dancing.
I think that's the way you go, honestly. Like, it's her crowd. Let her have her crowd.
She danced. We all danced and sang and had a merry time. So, here's something fun. This is fun for me, and this is fun for you. Lots of tag team wrestling and Takeshita and promotional announcements on Rampage. And that's why today, Rampage is joined in with the first official ROH rundown. Because for a while, I've been missing it, right? But the past few weeks, we've all been missing shit by not watching ROH.
Yeah, they've been showing little things here and there on different episodes. Yeah.
Starting with the title that I was in the arena live for its unveiling, the ROH Women's TV title, which has had its tournament come down to semifinals matches between Queen Aminata and Red Velvet. I'm rooting for both there.
They're both good.
And Billy Starks versus Mercedes Martinez. Billy's the favorite to go all the way in this.
She is, yeah. That sounds about right.
I've been reading the consensus, and she is the favorite to go all the way. Athena drops it down on the mic and spits facts about how dominant she is and the head of everything ROH. Yep. Says she needs better, needs more.
She does.
Enter Hikaru Shida.
Let's go.
Headed to Super Card of Honor on Mania Weekend. We're getting Hikaru Shida versus Athena. It rhymes.
It does. I wish I had more money to get that.
Dalton what do you got?
ROH is only, Honor Club is only, is that a pay-per-view or is it part of Honor Club?
I believe if you have Honor Club, you can watch it. Or you can watch the pay-per-view separate.
It's only $10
Shout out to Honor Club. Give them a promotion.
I didn't mean to get you promotion, but I just wanted to.
I mean, hey, I love ROH. I don't think they mind. I'm sure that they don't mind.
If you guys want to pay us, though, that'd be great.
I love that Stone Cold, sorry for not specifying, is just like on the attack with both belts. Don't throw him over. He's going to throw him over. Okay, he's going to throw him out of the ring on his back, and that's how Stone Cold had to retire.
Damn.
Take that Stone Cold World Championship and bash him in the head.
Let's go.
Stone Cold's favorite wrestler, Dalton Castle, who lost custody of the boys, gets hated on hard by Taya Valkyrie, and this is another reason why ROH needs to be included now, because Dalton Castle and Johnny TV have been making great television.
From what I've seen and heard.
Yeah, it's been really interesting, and it's been something that I feel like if put onto a different platform, again, we always talk about Tony Khan putting this onto the AEW platforms, it would probably be getting a lot of good ratings on television. So it feels like a hidden gem, a lot of the ROH Supercard build-up, including this right here. Eddie Kingston cuts a promo from his hotel to challenge Mark Briscoe to be his challenger for the ROH World title at Supercard of Honor. Because he wasn't given a shot when Claudio was champion due to injury. He was supposed to. He got injured.
That makes sense.
Highly rooting for Mark Briscoe to win here. In fact, I believe they said it will be like 11 years to the date that his brother won the ROH World title.
Ooh, yeah, I'm down for that. I'm completely down for that.
Plus, Eddie Kingston having those 3 titles has kind of felt like clusterfucked since
a little bit, yeah.
Since the Continental Crown thing was incepted, it's felt like a clusterfuck. Just like the Stone Cold triple threat. Cassidy returned to ROH for the first time since his rookie year when he teamed with Leslie Butterscotch. Little fun fact for you there. Second fun fact of the day. This week it was with Trent Beretta, though.
Let's go. I love Trent.
Yeah, I love Trent Beretta, too. You always hear me talk about that shit. So, climbing back on over to the Rampage side. Thanks, everybody, for doing the first ever ROH rundown. It's really fun. I hope to do it some more as we get close to this Supercard of Honor on WrestleMania weekend. But AEW Tag Title Tournament bracket announced. Lots of tag title tourneys, man.
There is, and I know there was a little bit of controversy with this one, with them leaving out the BCC and a few others. But man, can't include everyone.
We're gonna have some fun for a second, guys, because this is fun. I have alternate tag team names for the whole tournament this time around. I don't want you to get a preview. And I will run through them all, but first, we're going to call the end of the Stone Cold versus Stone Cold match. Give ourselves a bit of a mental reset here. These guys are out in the crowd right now.
We're fine.
Happy 316 day, everybody. Again, I know it's 318 for y'all, and that sucks for y'all, but it's 316 over here. And
we're living in the past. You guys living in the future.
We are smashing water bottles, because don't drink alcohol, but I drink water hall.
Did you drink Scott Hall?
No. Also, here's something that wasn't in the notes today that didn't need to make it in the notes today, but here we are, and I'm raising my middle fingers in the air. I mean no disrespect at all. I was talking on Twitter about the Kevin Nash canceling situation. Yeah, and again, he has some other shit going on right now. Damn, how'd he get up at 9? He was celebrating on the stage already. The thing is like, he canceled on us, and I even said on here, like, okay, if it's something serious, though, of course, mean nothing by it. It just sucks because he has all this other controversy going on with the AEW Sting's last match not showing up because blah, blah, blah. My thing is, somebody pointed out very eloquently, and thank them for taking the time to say it all, and I agree with it all. The man's been through a lot of shit, and grief can allow you the room to do a lot of shit and make a lot of error.
Yeah.
I agree with that, but we've all, especially in the world of wrestling, been dealing with grief, so many people in so many ways. And so that's where I start to hold an equal accountability. Like, why is Kevin Nash always seemingly the one that gets to have that amnesty, but so many other people are sharing the same type of grief and are like held to a higher standard of like, you have to say good or bad. Again, I feel like it's okay to hold Kevin Nash to the standard of like, he's been through a lot of tough shit, so we shouldn't be so hard on him when he cancels, but then we should treat everybody like that, right?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I think this is something that we said for everything in wrestling, you know, botches, you know, mess ups, things like that.
He took the title all the way back up.
Let's go. Yeah, everyone should be held to the same standard is basically what we're trying to say here.
Yeah, that was a big point. And again, this wasn't even something that was written down in the notes for today or anything. It's just something I wanted to take the time to say. And I hope that Kevin Nash is in a good position.
Yeah, same.
All right, let's see. He's
I
running
love that
down
we
there.
can see the top of this.
Dude, George Stone Cold is on a mission, but you realize 2001 Stone Cold is like a 96 overall? Reasonably so.
Yeah, I realized playing with a friend recently that the overalls have a lot more to do. Like, they're factored in more in this game than they were before.
They posted a WWE and WWE 2K posted a picture this past week of Cody Rhodes, or it said Roman Reigns been played with over 1 million times. Cody Rhodes played with over 1.1 million times. Motherfucker, I played with Stone Cold 01 1,000,000.2 times already. Where's those statistics? Where's the R-Truth statistic? I bet R-Truth's got more matches in than that.
I bet you he doesn't because he's a 60-something
Dude,
overall.
I know. I just saw that today.
There's a lot I want to change. Like, Dragunov's like 81. Oh my god, did he?
He busted him open from that distance.
I love this game, man.
Yeah. Best video game, and I'm glad we could share the first glimpse on our end of WWE 2K24 play. You guys all see it right now. It's as good as it gets when it comes to wrestling video games.
I will say there's a lot of glitches in different areas, but that does not downplay how fun this game is.
It's
to play.
so fun, especially when you're playing Stone Cold versus Stone Cold. Is he done? Don't do it, Steve. He's gonna slow motion walk into the distance.
Let's go.
Dude, he's gonna cowboy cruise into the sunset.
I love this.
9, 10. Damn, why'd you take so long, ref? So Jorts Stone Cold is now the official Stone Cold World Champion. A little fun 316 day stuff we had going on here today.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, here's what actually happened. I'm gonna break the fourth wall for you guys. Here's what actually happened. I was playing that triple threat as 01 Stone Cold, who I've been playing as the most. That's when I realized I want to be Jorts Stone Cold. I don't care if there's an overall difference. I want to be Jorts Stone Cold and kick people's ass. I had to just make a quick general manager decision.
That's fair.
All right, back to the main mission here. You ready for these tag title names or these tag team names?
Oh god, here we go.
AEW Tag Title Tournament Bracket. Here we go. I'm going to run through the whole thing. We have the Not So Young Anymore Bucks.
Okay.
The Privacy Party. Big Billy Starks. Bottom Flight. Fuck the Revival.
Okay, that's a good one.
ROH Tag Champions The Kingdom. The Infants Tree.
The Infants Tree.
The Worst Friends. The House of Pink. The Con Dallas Family. And 2 wild cards. 2 wild cards that I kind of have names for teams that we don't know yet, but there's 2 wild cards in this tournament, guys. I don't know who those are going to be.
Actually, the wild cards are the matches beneath them. So the Don Callis family versus.
Oh.
I already forgot who they're facing. I think it's the best friends, isn't it?
Yeah, the worst friends. Yeah.
The worst friends. The Condellis family is going to beat them, unfortunately.
Boo! Boo!
And the other one, the Infant Tree versus the
Yeah.
House of Pink, which we already know.
Yeah, we know, and if you don't know, find out the hard way. Fuck it, break the main event of Collision before the opener, because it should have ran backwards anyway. Infantry get a huge upset win over House of Pink, I should say, in the AEW Tag Title Tournament, thanks to Mark Briscoe. That's the real, like, deciding factor there, right?
But it really doesn't matter, because fuck the Revival is going to beat them anyway.
For sure, but, like, Infantry, man, damn, did not see that win coming, and yeah. Tony Khan's doing some ridiculous shit right now, and I'm, like I said last week, dude, he is going balls to the wall knowing it's WrestleMania season.
He is, yeah.
And he's providing a really great alternative product, so.
He is.
We start off immediately with Danielson and Shibata, and fuck
God.
delivered. Past delivered, elevated. Elevated. You better get ready to learn the words to elevated.
I need to. I actually don't.
Oh, man. We get Pac wrestling again and runs through Aaron Solo, demands better competition, or as he calls it, trouble.
So who's it gonna be?
Who's trouble?
That's a good question. Like, does
Hobbs.
I thought Khan had maybe like another signing to pull out.
I just said
Is it gonna be
Hobbs.
Shelton Benjamin?
Dude, Shelty B, let's go.
Okay.
I got in some arguments about Shelton Benjamin not needing to be in AEW. I'm like, he doesn't need to be there, but I want him there, so fuck off.
That's fair.
Oh, hell yeah.
Give me a hell yeah!
Danielson comes back out later on to cut a hot promo to build towards the match at Dynasty against Will Ospreay. Beautiful meditation promo from Danielson. We know we love those. Another BCC member, Claudio, and Lance Archer, heavy hitter. They had a match on Collision, heavy hitter, and I just like that. Hate that it got broken up by the Righteous.
You dig what I'm saying, man?
I'm not digging it this time. Danielson came to save Claudio and got beat up a little and then saved by Shibata.
That
Badass.
was amazing.
Badass.
It's going to lead to a crazy 3 versus 3 match, isn't it?
2024 Collision is basically just 2001, 2002 Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. Kyle O'Reilly, we're back to him finally, thank God. Makes his in-ring return and does not disappoint. Gets a beautiful win, beautiful finish to the beautiful win.
I think this will be part of a trend of people coming back from injury and looking really good in the ring.
Beautiful.
If
Gets congratulated by ROH legend Roderick Strong and the Kingdom. Again, Kyle's going. He doesn't even know he's going yet. I know he's going. Tony knows he's going. You know who else knows? ROH legend Roderick Strong.
No, I think Roderick Strong turns on Kyle. Well, Strong versus Kyle for the title.
I hate it, but I love it. I hate it, but I love it.
That's what I think is going to happen.
Edge comes to get us all hyped up for him to fight Christian for the 100th time, and it works.
It does work.
And it works.
There's something about the way Edge cuts promos in the chair, just he has like an angry calm about him. It's so weird, but it's so good.
We finally get the confirmation of what was in the box, and it was, as foreseen, a weapon named Spike.
It's a she, according to Edge. I fucked it up. You're welcome.
It's a she, who are we to decide the gender of a weapon, though? You know? Who is he? Maybe I'm with Christian on this one now. I don't know.
Maybe you...
Twist it completely. So, we're going to end on a fun note here, too. This is fun for us.
Did you completely skip over SmackDown?
Did I?
I believe you did.
There was no SmackDown? Oh my gosh. I wondered why we're getting done so early. It's okay. SmackDown's not that long anyway.
It's not, so...
And you know why? Do you want why I skip SmackDown today?
Because we started with The Rock.
That's why. I should have saved your promo for SmackDown. That's where it was supposed to go, but...
I had to throw it in there, guys.
Dude, honestly...
A promo on Flex Cabana had to happen.
Honestly...
Flex Cabana.
I love that we're doing SmackDown last because it feels like a Friday night. The Rock comes out and gets bluesy in Memphis. Quite entertaining.
I know someone called him out on double standards and why he gets to cuss, but other people don't.
I'm just laughing at the fact that we were about to end and now we're back in SmackDown, and I'm not even mad at it. I'm enjoying it. I don't want to go home. I want to do SmackDown. And this is the energy I feel like you should have. Not you specifically. It doesn't mean talking to you specifically. I mean like just you as a fan. Everybody as a fan. This is the energy you should have for this whole thing with The Rock and the build up to WrestleMania. Like, if you still aren't enjoying this build up and the treat we get of having The Rock do this kind of stuff again, then taking it way too seriously. And like that's something I feel like I
can kind of think that.
Yeah, it's got to be avoidable at that front, because you can play into the kayfabe, but this isn't real life, folks. And like The Rock is doing some really funny shit. I'm rooting for Cody Rhodes, but I'm enjoying every step of the way. And that's why when it comes to also shit that like doesn't matter, like when you forget that you didn't do SmackDown, who cares? Just enjoy it anyway. That's the best energy to bring.
Yeah, but the thing I was talking about was like actual wrestlers are not liking the double standard that he gets to curse in his promos, but they can't. But I get that that's a luxury he's afforded because he's a Hollywood, former people's champ.
I was like,
earned that.
The Hollywood probably has less to do with it than the fact that he's The Rock, but he does have something to do with it, I'm sure. Also, being the boss doesn't hurt.
Yes, that's true.
Dude, LA Knight and AJ Styles set up for Mania. Jimmy and Jay set up for Mania. Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul set up for Mania. And this is all just bundled together for the sake of letting you know you gotta let shit play out. The week before, all I saw was there's no announcements, there's no build-up.
There it is. It's right there.
All right there together. Legado del Fantasma and New Catch Republic both advance in the WWE main roster tag team tournament. And that's the third tag team tournament note I'm talking about.
They both got really short matches.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, pretty decent from what they had. I saw someone say Pretty Deadly can't wrestle, but they're terrible in the ring. I highly disagree. They might not be the best, but go watch their NXT UK stuff. Really solid.
That's always the suggestion here from us, is go watch the NXT UK stuff. I'm on the wrestle binge of it right now. So
have you gotten Pretty Deadly yet? Pretty Deadly tag. They have a good reign.
That's another thing I didn't put in the NXT notes today. Was the subtle mention from Axiom and Nathan Frazier of A-Kid.
Oh yeah,
I forgot the subtlety there.
Well, pretty close to the original guy who held this title. Where's he at? I don't know.
Damage Control looking even more dominant without Bailey. That's weird, but
they are.
Naomi came to save her.
As I said before, people coming back and looking really good in the ring, despite even better than they were before.
Mm-hmm.
To me, Dakota Kai looked really good in the ring. I mean, even though everything got interrupted and stuff, all the little interruptions and stuff, Dakota Kai looked solid. I'm really happy for her.
Okay. Question.
Yes.
Because I know we just breezed through all of them, and I mean, because all of them, they get more in depth as we go on this road to WrestleMania. It's been a fun drive. But here's a little subtle question, like, who wins the U.S. title?
The U.S. title?
Yeah. Orton, Owens, Paul retain.
I think Paul retains.
I hate that that's what I think is going to happen. I hate that that's what I see happening here.
I'm going to be pretty honest. I've seen people say this as well. Both mid-card titles are retained.
Yeah. Although, you never know. Randy Orton gets a lot of shit just handed to him, so...
He does.
That's not a fair assessment. So, now we are officially at the end, right? I'm not cutting out early. I'm not going home early.
No.
Nope. Little special announcement. If you guys hadn't heard already, Wrestling in the Middle has made it into the finals of the Four Sides of the Ring 3-count trivia tournament, and March 24th, Sunday night, live on YouTube at, I think it's 7:30 Central Time. We'll get you a better time next week, but March 24th, Sunday night, live on YouTube. We will be going against Championship Culture in the finals, and nervous but excited because, again, here's the thing that they don't know. Here's what the people don't know about this, and I'll tell it again in the finals of the trivia tournament. We could have been out the first round. We could have been thrown out. We had to cancel on our first round, and we weren't supposed to go, and then thankfully Four Sides of the Ring worked with us and we can reschedule it, we can do this, and we made it all the way to the finals.
Yeah, we were even told that they didn't even think we were going to make it.
Yeah, we've been the underdogs since it all started, and I like that. We stayed humble. We stayed quiet. We didn't get all braggadocious. We just had fun.
Yeah.
That's what we do at Wrestling in the Middle, is like we literally just have fun and forget that it's a serious thing to everybody else.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that ends the best 316-day episode I could have asked for. Was it a clusterfuck? Did I forget SmackDown? Hell yeah. But I enjoyed it.
Give me a hell yeah. What?